Hey, bro, that was cool.
Well, hello, everybody. Aloha. How's everybody doing today? Many times, I don't think you would believe what type of catastrophic breakdowns happen seconds before we go live. Not an hour before, not 45 minutes before, about 4 seconds before we went live. Don't even want to tell you what happened. But we are here now, and we have a great, great interview today. I cannot wait. I've not actually spoken to this lady in a while. We've texted a little bit, but I wanted to keep as much of our information as fresh as possible and new for me as it is for you guys. Wendy, can you hear me okay? Everything good? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, there you go. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, you guys know her as Waikiki Wendy Silva. She actually insists that people call her that, which I think is a little bit weird, but let's bring on the one and only. Wow, look at you. You do this for a living, don't you?
Hi, friends.
Yeah, how are you?
Hi, everybody. Everybody can hear me good? I don't have headphones on, so okay. Let's just
make sure. Don't? Okay, good. But you do a lot of Zoom calls, though, too, in your work, don't you?
I do. Not normally from my living room, but I kind of set this up so you all could have something.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's probably the only things you have left in your place, right?
It's getting down to about that.
All right, let's do some shout outs. I want to do them when you're on here, so maybe you have some additional comments. Valentini, right off the top, good to see you. Judy Kahn, Joanne, good to see you. Martina and Penny, Elsie Martin, Diane K, Allison, good to see you. Tracy, Valentini again. She's very close to being in the shun room. I don't know if you've been up on the comings and goings of some going to Hawaii people, Wendy, but Valentini's very close. So is Mar number 5. Kathy Martinez, hope you're feeling well today, young lady. And Dorothy Tanner, Ute, and Janet, and Jessica, Michelle. Really quick, did you see the stream last night, Wendy?
I did.
We went to Twin Fin.
Oh, yes, where everybody was hanging out.
Twin Fin, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Did a little bit at the water.
Okay. Yeah. So the reason we are here, hopefully this is going to be a one-part, at least a 2-part, maybe a 3-part interview. As you guys know, Wendy is now moving to Hawaii. She has been, I think you've been a part of the community here for like 2-3 years now. Going to Hawaii, about
going
2?
on 2, yep.
Okay. But in that time, you decided you're going to move to Hawaii, and she lives in beautiful Sacramento, and why she's leaving that beautiful, picturesque, non-coastal town, I don't know. But so tell us from the beginning, Wendy, as much as you want to, how often have you come to Hawaii in your years, from childhood to now?
It's only been in the last few years that I've been, the last, I'd say 3 years, where I've been going a lot. My first trip out there was my high school graduation in 1989. I'm going to date myself. And I went with 2 of my girlfriends at the time. And I have very little memory of that trip. And, don't recall really falling in love with the island at the time. But actually, I started coming regularly about every other year in like 17, 18. When the pandemic hit, it kind of, slowed everybody down. I did go once or twice during the pandemic, but it was 2022 that I went over there. At the time with my boyfriend at the time, we went twice in 2022. And unfortunately, the second trip was the beginning of the end of that relationship, but I had already fallen in love with the island and decided I'm coming back. So I set up to do my first solo trip in early 23. and then ended up I did 5 trips in 23, 5 trips in 24, and then just finished my 3rd trip
Wow.
last
I
month
didn't know that was that many.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that many. And I know
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people do solo trips. I know Janet does some, but I mean, that's quite, I mean, how is that for a female to do it?
They weren't all solo though. Let me make sure that they weren't all solo.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they, all but one, I did one trip to the Big Island as well in those trips. That was with my parents.
Okay.
I've done, several trips with a friend part-time, and they go home and I stay longer. I've done trips with big groups of friends. So I'd say about half of the trips were solo, but it was actually in that late 22, the breakup, when I thought, I might want to just move out there. And then I promised myself that I'd do several trips to make sure that's what I really wanted, to make sure it wasn't just, you hear a lot of the locals talk about how different to live there than it is to vacation. And I didn't want to be falling into that trap myself. So I just kept going back, and I kept trying to live or vacation there more like a local, eat a little bit more like a local would. I realized staying in Waikiki though is not exactly local to most people that live on the island. But I knew in 23 I wanted to do it, and I think a lot of my family and friends are surprised that it's taken me. My mother told me for sure she's shocked I haven't been there, months and months ago. So
living here months ago. So what was it? Because I mean, that you kind of touched on a little bit, but Wendy, what I mean, meeting me, of course, was probably a highlight, but what in your meeting or your visits here made you say, I'm moving, I'm actually going to move? Because everybody comes here and says, man, wouldn't it be nice to vacation here, retire here, live here? Was there one thing, or was there one memory that makes you say, that's when I wanted to come?
I wouldn't say there's one memory, and I don't even know that it counts as a memory. I'd say it's more of a feeling. I've never been somewhere that is very healing, and just so it forces me to relax a little bit more. And I feel so, I guess it's I don't know, one with nature at that point. I don't know what it is, and I don't question it. I just know I feel it when I'm there. I felt it every time I've been there. I feel almost rejuvenated when I go there. So I knew I wanted more of that. And then, of course, it's the local lifestyle, a little bit slower lifestyle. And I mean, let's definitely can't miss speaking on the ocean itself. Living in California, I swear we have some of the most beautiful coastline, but our water is freezing. So over there, we all know, I mean, I've been in that water almost every month of the year now. And and I'm missing all these comments. I'm hoping there's no questions. So are you watching the board?
Yeah. I'm watching it. And they'll ask them again. If there's something really big, I mean, I'm going to go through, I don't like highlighting them in the beginning, but it's like, I mean, they're coming in fast and furious. I mean, man,
right.
I
just see it ticking away, and I didn't want to miss any. I see a lot of people kind of understanding that feeling. And I've said it before too, like when I leave, I feel like I'm leaving almost like when you leave a person, when you're super sad.
I know. That's right.
That's what it feels like. And it sounds silly, and I'm not I'm not a super spiritual person, but my closest friends and family, I think that's when they really knew, when they've heard me talk about it like that, that's my place. And I know I want to be there. And it's been 3 years, but it's about to happen now. So it doesn't feel real yet.
You said a phrase that a bunch of people have said before, but it bears pointing out that I think that a lot of people, it is like leaving a person, because, I'm not that spiritual myself either, but I guess you're spiritual in a way that you recognize it, because, and this happens to me, maybe it probably happens a lot more often, but I'm so not even paying attention to it. But it's usually like when I'm on the other side of the island, North Shore, around Diamond Head, you're either standing on dirt barefoot, or you're sitting on the ground, or you're just around trees. And it's almost like, it's almost like a light kind of pressure on you that you've been there before. And you have been there before, because I've hiked that a million times, but like you've been there before. And it's just a very, I don't want to say ethereal feeling, but it is kind of like that spiritual feeling. And when you leave, I'm telling you, when I left this last time, I was like, oh my God, I mean, I'm actually leaving. And I'd left just 6-8 months before, or earlier in the year.
Right.
But it's an incredible feeling. And I'll tell you something I noticed more this time at the airport, the sadness in people's faces. And what people are at the gate that are leaving, and the people at the gate that are coming. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. So
My favorite airport in the world. HNL.
Have you always wanted to live in Hawaii when you were a kid, or did you ever say, "Oh, I want to be there"? Was it just more of like just
No,
an
not
afterthought as a
necessarily.
kid?
I don't even remember thinking about Hawaii as a kid. You know how a lot of people, you'll hear them say, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii since I was a kid. I don't know that I ever
Right.
said that, but I've always been a water girl. That's for sure. I love being on, near, around water, in water. So I have a question. I saw that. I saw Cheryl's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll post them up. And if you want to just break the conversation and answer the question, that's cool. I'll put up the ones that seem pretty relative.
We're going to kind of jump ahead a little bit on the only thing that I know for sure is that the place that I'm moving into, the tenant that was still in it when I viewed the place, does not use the air. So let me make sure to say that part, because this girl will be using air.
Like Ohia?
Oh, PTSD from that. Oh, goodness. And the swarm of bees. But anyway, his bill, he said, runs in the little place for $29 a month. So I was super excited to hear that.
Wow. That's good. That is good.
Yeah. Oh, Judy's doing her first solo trip. Nice. You'll enjoy. I will be shocked if you don't. I tell everybody it was one of the best gifts I ever gave myself. And now this is even a bigger gift to myself. Was my first.
So let's start looking at like a timeline, because you've actually, a lot of us were introduced to Waikiki Wendy Silva, which I can't believe you keep making me call you that, on going to Hawaii. And we kind of saw the transformation to where you came once, you came again, you came another time, and you started getting more like informative about things, because you're going to all the markets, you're going to the fruit stands and things like that. What timeline? Do you remember about what month you decided I'm going to move? Or what trip it was?
3 years ago, after that breakup that I had, I came back, and once the breakup was final, I was actually, I'll never forget, I was working out at a 24-hour fitness group class, dance class, and a bunch of the ladies in there were I started selling off my stuff, and a bunch of those ladies were purchasing a lot of my stuff.
When did you start selling?
3 years ago, right now, about 3 years ago exactly. And then it kind of fizzled out. And that's when I kind of took a step back and thought, let me take a year to go out there as many times as I can. And then that was, the rest of the story that I said. So I went out the 5 times in 23. But what happened was, like I've always told everybody, the best way to relieve that horrible feeling of leaving the island is to have your next trip booked. So that's what I kept doing. And sometimes I had 2 and 3 trips ahead planned. So I just kept thinking, well, I'm going out again, and I'm going to go out again. And, I didn't get serious about it until, I don't even know, maybe about a year ago is when I really started thinking this is definitely going to happen. And then when my mom and I did that trip, it was her. Right. Gave her blessings almost. I think my mom went through didn't want me to go so far away originally, to the point that she saw me there and realized how happy being there made me. And as a mother, you want your children happy. So I think that's kind of what did it. I'm missing everybody.
She met me.
I hope
she met me too as well, Wendy. Don't forget that.
Yes, she did. Yes, but she really liked meeting Lucille. Let's be honest.
But she met me too.
But it was Lucille that she really wanted to meet. I agree on the biggest gift. My spiritual soul was refreshed. Yep, exactly. Well, I hope you get back there, Cruzita.
So the next step in the process is deciding. All right. Oh no, don't describe yet. Let me hide that. The one comment said, describe your apartment. Not yet. Okay. So now that you've decided and you really started getting serious, how long has it taken you to sell everything out of your apartment? And you've sold everything right now because you're coming in a couple of weeks. Everything's gone, right? Everything?
No, not everything is not gone.
Oh
I could
my
do a little
goodness.
spin around here. I know, and it's giving me anxiety. We're getting down to the wire. I mean, I am a minimalist to begin with. My family and friends will attest to that. I probably have less stuff than anyone else I know. And I don't live in a huge place, and I'm going to be living in even a smaller place, but I've been getting, rid of things, quite consistently for about the last year, and kind of not allowing myself to buy anything more for here, except those things. Except those guys that I brought all the way back and have to bring all the way back again.
Well, let's talk about the part that makes it a little bit more of an attainable goal, which is your job.
Right.
What is your job? Is how important was it that you have the type of job that you have, to where you can telecommute, you can work, that type of thing?
Extremely important. I mean, my job, I work from home. So I did have to go through a whole review, a relocation review, because I was leaving the state. And, since the pandemic and the work from home laws and whatnot, your employer has to pay taxes to the state that you live in, that you reside. So I went through a process that took almost 3 months through work to get it all squared away. And, it all came back to thumbs up. And I later heard that many of the different parts and pieces of HR that, the people with the benefits and the people with whoever all had to go through, were putting comments in it because they knew where I was asking to relocate to. And they'd say, tell her send macadamia nuts. It's kind of funny.
I'll bet you're going to get a lot of those kind of requests as kind of a payback or payola.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the process. So the last time you were here, or what's that?
I said, not yet, Michelle, but I will be.
Okay. So two visits ago, like your last visit was when?
Last month.
Last month. Gone. Okay. So that month was when you really started putting your feet on the ground and saying, I'm looking at apartments. So did you look at apartments or condos or rentals or anything like that before? With any seriousness?
I hadn't physically looked at any. I had been online quite a bit and knew that it was going to be one of those last minute plans, because a lot of the places don't come available until they are ready to rent, like immediate or within a few weeks. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to plan this 6 months ahead, like you probably could here on the mainland, finding a rental. But I also knew that what I was watching and the buildings, I had a few buildings in mind, rental buildings, that I was pretty stuck on finding a spot in one of those buildings. And I kept looking, and they all averaged, I'd say, about 5 or 6 units every month, like all the time. So I knew I probably wouldn't have that hard of a time getting a spot, finding a spot when it came down to it. So, and I knew that trip in August was going to have to be the one where I really wrapped it up. Well, that's not true. I had thought maybe the next trip that was planned as just a vacation trip, mid-October, I thought that would be the final where I'd have to get something locked in. And I lucked out and got it locked in last month. Did that make sense? Did I just ramble a little bit?
Yeah, no, that it made sense. So what was the process like? I mean, you saw your first place and you loved it and took it, and that was it?
Yeah, I wish. I had been looking at units. I wanted to gauge about what the rent was going for, and what the possibilities were of the amenities that they offered, to try and calculate that into the budget. And so I knew I would probably end up more than likely with a studio, and which I did, and hoping at most I'd get a 1-bedroom. So I kind of stayed looking at those properties. And then just before the August trip, I locked in a few tours that I think some of you may have heard me talk about during my trip last month, which I do have I want to discuss a few things about that trip when we get a pause in a moment.
Okay.
But I went to I lined up those 2 tours. Actually, I had 3 in one day. And just before the tours were to start, the one place canceled out because they had already rented the spot. That's a good place to go. Are we okay?
Yeah.
Are we falling down over there?
Yeah.
Something sounds like it's wrestling around.
No, we're good. We're good. Go ahead.
So then I knew, okay, well, we're down to 2. Let's go check them out. And I almost knew from the get-go, the 2 that I went to, just walking up to the buildings, get a feeling of the neighborhood, which I kind of had, I had a good idea of the different neighborhoods. But I mean, in Waikiki, you can take half a block one way and it's an area you really don't want to be. It's a little sketchy. Another half block the other way and you're, multi-million-dollar area of just businesses and or residential. It's just crazy. So I did promise you all, I think for some of you that might remember that might be on here right now, that I was going to have posted the tours, and I meant to, but things happened during that last trip. And that's also why I didn't go live at one point, for those that knew. Can still hear, I don't know, Michelle, like it sounds like he's wrestling an alligator over there.
I'm sorry about that. I'm dealing with something with Lucille here for a second. Judy had a question over there.
Judy, do you use a realtor? Oh, no, I looked all on my own. Yeah. Right. Just like I wouldn't use a travel agent. I'm not one of those. Like people would use travel agents.
Yeah, I got
you. Right, Dana. Exactly. That's exactly it. That size of the place didn't matter so much. I just needed to have enough space because I work from home. So I wanted to have, I needed an area for a desk and a bed, obviously, and the basics for a kitchen. But size not as big because I don't plan on being in there much more than working and sleeping. So
do you think being out here is going to add to your active life?
Oh, yes. It always does.
Yeah.
Well, I've talked about the trip I did last year, November, when I was there for 5 weeks. I averaged 18,000 steps a day in the month of November. So
you are killing it. You were out doing it.
Definitely going to help me health wise being out there as well. That's just another added bonus, getting healthier.
Well, we're going to hopefully, like I said, do a couple episodes in this session. One, Waikiki Wendy Silva coming, and then living here, and then check up after maybe 30 days, and then maybe 3 months after that. I mean, but people will see you intermittently with other streams, I'm sure. But I want to do streams specific to this because I think it's really important. I think a guy moving for certain reasons as an individual is a lot different than a female. They would just set all their stuff on fire on the mainland and move out here, and that'd be it. So, but you packaging up and sending and doing all your stuff, and I know you're going to have challenges when you first get here, but what's so far to right now, what has been the most challenging aspect of doing this?
Getting rid of my stuff, which we haven't really talked about, but I am not bringing anything. I'm literally getting rid of everything. And I mean,
there's the question right there from Sydney.
Would also be another piece of advice that I'd give someone is, I'm kind of at a point in life where I want a fresh start too. It's going to feel like a fresh start. And, oh, hi, Mom. I see my mom.
Where's your mom?
With the biggest.
Oh, there you go. Cece DeVille.
I lost
she said, I'll read it first. Says, so excited for my daughter. This is a dream come true. She will blend right in with happy locals. Happy to also know that she will have Lucille, Tony, and Tony's so wonderful and great. And he'll probably be a mentor for her and a leader of her. Oh, you guys don't see that part. It says, I can't wait until my first visit, even though I'll have to go to a hotel, no room in her itty bitty apartment. How about that? What a typical comment for a mom. I love that. We can't wait to see you, CC. All right. So what has been?
I'm not bringing anything. So that's been the hard part is now I'm on fast track. I've been on a fast track, but it's, I'm down to the wire now at this point where I'm just getting stuff to family and friends, things that I don't want to try and mess with the $5, $10 items that I could sell on Marketplace at this point. It's giving it and getting it to anybody that could use things. So, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm looking at some questions over here, but I'm literally bringing a couple suitcases on my first trip over on October 1st. And then I'll be bringing, because I have to come back to the mainland for work stuff. And then I'll be bringing a second load of just 2 large suitcases each time and an extra large heavy tote. Well, my carry-on and personal item that I'm allowed.
So you're going to be moving here in completion with just what you can carry on the plane and ship as a carry or not carrying, but a shipped item.
Yeah, just
right.
As if I was coming on a vacation. I'm bringing 2 suitcases.
Wow,
and
that is awesome. I love that.
I'll be
And
doing
you're
it
not
twice.
bringing your card.
No, that's the other thing. So I'll be selling my car. I knew that living in Waikiki, the parking's limited and most places don't. Oh, Dan just asked. Parking's so limited there. And I knew most of the units that I was looking at did not include parking, or if it did include parking, it was an additional fee. So on top of the fact that I'd have to pay for the shipping, which would have been probably about $2,000. And when you ship a car, you can't put anything in it, just so you all know, whoever might not know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people think, well, I can load it up and look at all the time. No, they want you stripped down.
I originally thought. I was like, oh yeah, my whole wardrobe and my shoes and my hats and my purses and my belts and everything will fit. And no, it won't. You can't put any. It has to weigh exactly what it weighs from the manufacturer, because that's what you're charged by, is the weight that it's going to cost on the ship. So I knew that would be about $2,000. And then I thought, it would be nice to not have car insurance and car maintenance, and definitely didn't want to be paying for parking. So
the insurance here is crazy. The parking is one thing. But, also if you have, the cars that I would be able to ship, I wouldn't want to drive over here anyway. They get broken into, they get stolen. It's not worth it. If you want to go somewhere, you do an Uber or Toro and you're ready to go, or rent a car. It's way less expensive. Yeah, and Uber, even though it seems expensive, you're not paying gas or maintenance or insurance, and they drop you right at the door. You don't have to park it, and there's no one's going to break into it, at least while you're driving it.
And that bus system over there is fantastic. I mean, I don't necessarily love riding on the bus, but you can't beat it for the price sometimes.
Yeah.
So
if you one quick programming thing, if you guys are having issues with Facebook freezing, you can leave Facebook and come back. If that's not working, go over to YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/@going-to-Hawaii.
Oh, there is some issues. Oh, it keeps freezing.
It freezes up on Facebook a little bit. So,
and Cheryl, I haven't checked on car registration, but I kind of thought, I'm in California though, so it's hard for me to compare when people keep, as people have found out that I'm moving away, the first thing people say is, oh my gosh, isn't it so expensive? And yes, it is.
No, you live in California.
So not quite, as big of a difference, I think, as it would be for people coming from other states, I'd say. But on the note of the car, though, I still have to sell the car. So the anxiety that's setting in, you understand.
Well, let's talk about that. What kind of car do you have for sale, Waikiki Wendy Silva?
I'm just selling it to CarMax at this point, or Carvana, or one of those that'll pick it up. And I'm just going to get it over with, done with. But I also did just buy it last year, brand new car.
Oh wow!
I know.
Wow. Well,
so I wasn't that serious a year ago because I bought the car. Yeah. So
okay, so the most challenging stage of this move has been you getting rid of your stuff, and you're thinking that all the stuff that you're going to have left over that you want to bring is going to be able to be brought over by carry-on luggage or in cargo luggage, or in cargo container like a tote.
Yes. Plus there might be a few small, well, not so small things, but items that I'll want, like my mom, that I'll be getting down to my mom, so that when she eventually comes over, maybe something I don't want there right now, I don't need it immediately, but that I'll want her to bring over. So when she comes over for her first visit, she'll bring that item. So I've kind of done that business as well.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the apartment that you got, if you don't mind. I mean, we don't want to get into details, but I mean, like geographical details, but let's talk about what the process was. I mean, you went to you talked about a moment ago, you went to a few open houses, but then what brought you to the place that you ended up choosing?
Well, after the 2 disastrous tours that I took, and one of the, oh no, the rudest property manager was the other one. Never mind. So I had the 2 tiny little, I mean, one of them, I swore I thought the ad might have, it had to be a typo. It had to be, is what I was convincing myself. Let's just go see, because the pictures were adorable. I mean, the guy literally opened the door and it was right there. It was 185 square feet. If you all know about square footage,
Oh my
the thing
goodness.
was a box. It was a box. And I knew there was no way that at that point, that was a definite no. I don't think I've stayed in hotel rooms that small.
Wow,
Seriously.
that's crazy. That is small. That is small.
So, and I was
So
touring
you
it.
passed on that.
Yeah, that was left for the little college girl and her mom that were looking for this gal that was starting at UH. So I said, good luck to you. I'm out of here. So I went to the second one, and it was also it just the place, it was just run down. I thought it had a view off the patio, and it was right over other junky backyards and junky rooftops and just nothing of a view. And the windows that it did have were about taller than me on the wall. I wouldn't have even been able to see out them. So the second one, I knew that was out. So then that night I went and looked on Zillow again, which is what I've been using primarily, or what I was using was primarily Zillow to look for places. And then I booked a few more tours for like 2 days later at that point. But mind you, I was still working every day almost. And then I volunteered those few days of the Ocean Fest. So I was trying to cram all this stuff in on top of, doing the little things that I did where, the makeshift interview with Cheryl and all that. So.
And you did a great job on that. I thought you did a fantastic.
That was fun.
You and Valentini did a good job.
Yeah, it was fun. So I had the next 2, which were, I think, 2 days before I was leaving. And went to the first one, and that was the worst property manager I've ever. He was so rude. And the place was higher price than most of them that I had been looking at, but I just wanted to see. And I even asked him, why was it priced a little bit higher, for square footage and the amenities and whatnot. And I think maybe that's what kind of set him off to being rude the rest of the time. And once we got in it, I just kind of looked around, and there was no patio, no lanai, no patio. I just told him for the price and everything. And I mean, as soon as I said that, he was like, okay, let's go. Like, let's out the door, whatever. And then I even had said to him, okay, well, you know what I'm looking for? Do you have other properties in Waikiki? And he said, no, I don't. And even if I did, I'm not going to call you. That's how he left it.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I can understand his feeling. What about the last one?
So I went to the last tour. Great guy to begin with, in one of the original buildings that I had been looking at and liked the area because I had an idea of where I wanted. I think someone else had asked why Waikiki originally. I've always known that moving there, I would want to stay in Waikiki originally, just for the beginning, just to see if I, maybe I will migrate to other parts of the island. I don't know. I just know for sure I wanted to start in Waikiki. I love the vibe. Uh-oh, are we losing something? Oh, something changed.
No, I just want to change it. Yeah, I want to change the look. Go ahead.
Okay. Now you got my view out of.
There you go.
So I knew all along that I would be starting in Waikiki for sure. So went to the fourth and final tour, which was a little bit different than the rest because the tenant was still in the unit, like I was saying earlier, and he needed to end his lease early. So the property manager will allow that if you also allow them to show the unit and get a new renter, not to take over his lease, but to start a new lease so that they're never without renters, basically.
Right.
So I happened to be the first one that reached out. I happened to be the first one to view it. And it was one of those kind of, you walk in and I looked around and I kind of just felt it. I knew. And once I went to the lanai, which somebody had asked earlier, it gives me partial view of the Alawai up into the mountain area, which was one of my, if I had my pick, of course, I'd love an ocean view of the ocean and Diamond Head. But the location that I was, central Waikiki, that's a hard view to get from central Waikiki. because there's a lot of other buildings that block that view. So, but I love that mountain view. At nighttime, it's just beautiful to be able to look up at that. And the lanai is just, it's bigger than most. So that's what really was the seller for me once I got out there and looked around on the lanai. So at some point I'll show pics so that you guys have a general idea, obviously for my own safety. I don't want to be blasting out where I'm living to everybody in the world.
So you think that, no, I'm sorry. No, I lost my train of thought. So you're not doing a sublease, correct?
No, it's just not a sublease. It's not. No, okay. It's all in my name, out of his, whatnot. So then the pro to having the tenant in the unit was that while he was there, I was like, I don't care. I'm asking questions right in front of the property manager, right? I wanted to know about the neighbors. I want to know about like whatever. And the guy was fantastic. And in fact, yes, the unit is furnished. I've seen that and I forgot to add that. It's a furnished apartment. I didn't exactly try the bed, so I don't know what I've got going on with that. And I don't know if that will need to be replaced but that'll be a whole nother discussion.
Hey now.
So it has a bed, it has kind of a wardrobe dresser, it has a small little love seat, a coffee table, a TV on a TV stand, a tiny little, what I would call a kitchenette. There's no stove, no oven, but I don't cook anyway. So if you guys have ever heard me talk about
I was going to say, what does that matter, man?
Yeah.
You're blocks away from International Marketplace and some great happy hours that everybody's going to be looking for your tips on. They're going to be wanting more and more now that you're here all the time.
I've got to get even hustling on that even better now. But there's like a hot plate and a small toaster oven and a small coffee pot and a little tiny microwave. And it's enough. It'll be enough for me for now. And, it's only a 6-month lease. And let me back that up. So while I was speaking to the tenant, that's when I asked him about the electricity bill and things like that. And then I told the property manager, I'm going to apply. I said, you can stop showing it now. Cause he said, well, you're the first one to see it. And I do have another showing tomorrow. I said, I'm applying tonight. So then the tenant was like, well, when do you need it right away? I can be out by this weekend. I said, actually, I don't. So if you want to, stretch out your time. So it's working great that he didn't need to leave until the end of this.
Oh, that's nice.
I think he's leaving.
So how furnished is it? Would you say? Is it
completely?
It just has the very, very. Oh, it's completely furnished. Oh, I see.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by furnished.
Well, I mean, you have a bed, you have a couch and TV and the basics. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, cool. That's not okay. I didn't understand.
Now the gentleman that's leaving, he said, I got dishes in there. So if you want, I'll just leave them for you. Cause I didn't want to take them. And I'm like, I'll take whatever you want to leave. So he's like, oh yeah, I'll leave the vacuum too. And I mean, he was naming off a few items. So it'll be a surprise when I get there on what's there and what works. And we'll see.
You can sell a lot of that stuff off while he's gone. Probably.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's coming back. He's certainly not coming back when I'm there.
So just based on, I know that's early, you're not even living there. You haven't even lived here yet. So are you planning on getting another place? And if you do you think you'll get a furnished place or a unfurnished place? Well, because that's a big deal to me.
The plan has always kind of been to get something furnished to get me going and started, right? And then start accumulating small things like, a new set of dishes and a new set of pots and pans, like I'm going to ever cook, but whatever. And, new silverware and that kind of stuff as I find it at the different Target, Walmart, Costco, Ross, Macy's, whatever, right? Because I love to shop anyway. So as I found stuff, I would accumulate it. But this place is small. I see Dana's asking. It's 316 square feet. So not much bigger than the 185, but it sure felt like it.
Wow. So I didn't know that. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's still, it's hotel room size. Like a little bit bigger hotel. But it was the lanai that I love the lanai. I love it.
And you'll be doing work out there. I mean, I bet you'll be doing coffee and work out there a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That is a big thing out here.
Yeah, I'll have to wait till about my lunchtime at work because we haven't talked about that. But I work a Central Standard Time zone. My clients are all based out of Chicago. So that was part of the criteria with my HR department that I had to stick to Central Standard business hours. So I'll be
So what are
working
your hours? What
3
are your
or
work
4 in the
hours?
morning, depending on when it's daylight or not daylight savings.
Yeah. But you're going to love that. Till when? From 3
till noon, 1, whatever,
Yeah.
but I'll have basically half a day every day to do what I
whatever
want.
you want.
Then,
That's awesome.
yeah. So, and I'm kind of used to it. I wake up pretty early here in California. So if I just stay on California time, when I get over there and don't let myself get acclimated to the time over there, just stay on. Because I generally, when I get over there, I'm waking up at 2:30, 3 in the morning, my first few days there. So how far away are you from Diamond Head Farmers Market and Outrigger, maybe? Hawaiian Village Hotel and oh goodness, that's a lot of things, Dion.
Let me pull out my map.
Diamond Head and Farmers Market are all walkable distance. I think you mean Outrigger. That's also very much walkable.
Hilton Hawaiian Village.
Hilton Hawaiian Village. All of it's walkable except for Dole Plantation. I wouldn't be walking there.
Yeah, that's like 17 miles or so.
Yeah, that's
2 miles. It's like 2 miles
to
to Diamond Head. The first farmers market will be at Aloha at Aloha School right down here on Kapahulu. It's all walkable. Everything that you're talking about is walkable.
Wendy doesn't cook the best thing she makes for any occasion is reservations. Mom, stop blasting me out. Don't you want a son-in-law one day?
That's right.
Waikiki is exactly, Cheryl. That's it right there. And front yard, backyard, front, all of it. Sunrises, the sunsets. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that to be.
That is a great segue for this next. I'm going to do the negative first, the positive. What is it that you that you are not looking? You're looking forward to the least. What are you looking forward to the least in moving? Do you think you may miss?
Right now, because I'm stressed. I'm stressed on just getting this place emptied out and all the details of the last minute stuff. Where am I leaving my car when I leave here? Because I'm not selling it till I get back here. There's just a lot of details of all the small stuff. I had to switch a flight with Southwest, and I switched it. I lost my 2 free bag business that I had gotten because I planned the flight in May. For those of you that fly Southwest and know that they changed the 2 free bags. Do you fly Southwest? I don't remember if you told me you fly Southwest.
Who, me?
Yes. No.
No.
Oh,
I don't fly Southwest.
Excuse me. Okay. So,
and I fly with my dog. My dog doesn't fly Southwest either. For the same reason. For the same reason I don't.
Well,
but you won't have to. You won't have to either. So the thing you're looking forward to least is what you're going through right now. But let's make it more about what you're here. What is it you're looking forward to least when you're here? Do you think? Do you think it's the work hours or it's the?
No,
that's a small sacrifice.
Maybe the size of my living quarters. That's going to be it's going to be at some point. I'm like, I stayed in the hotel that time for 5 weeks, but I just feel like at some point it's just going to feel cramped. But again, maybe those 6 months will fly by and I'll be looking along all along too for anything new. But with the price I got for the package that I got, because the place includes water, sewer, garbage, cable, and internet all in one package. So I also don't have to do any of that. Plus, the property manager will be billing me the electric every month. So I also don't have that additional thing to handle and deal with when I get there. That was another thing. I wasn't sure how everything was going to work out on getting my internet set up. And I don't need cable, but that's great that it comes with it. So, yeah. And I'll just tell you guys, because you can look it up. It's $1,700 a month for all that. So I think that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Cozy.
So what is it you're looking for? What is it you're looking forward to most? Obviously, me and having me around. So yeah,
I can't possibly pick one, but it just being there, literally being there, the sunrises, the sunsets, just being there. That's
knowing you don't have to go back. How about that?
That's right. Exactly. Great deal on rent. Utilities included is sweet. Yep. I'm looking to rent a condo, so I'll have me over. Nice. Well, I'm glad you like to cook, Cheryl. I'll bring the bread.
So what would you say overall now, other than this part right now, was there one thing that you just said, this is almost not making it worth it? I just don't want to do it. It's too the planning, the timing, not getting an apartment, can't find it. There was
No,
nothing that made it too difficult.
there was nothing along the way where I said, this is probably not going to happen. I just kind of kept not procrastinating it. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Like I said, I kept planning the additional trips and kind of putting it off, maybe like thinking it was overwhelming. It was just too overwhelming. But I finally just got to the point where I miss it so much when I'm not there that that became so overwhelming that I don't want to miss it anymore. I want to be there. I don't want to feel sad and, be here in these four walls here. I'd rather be in that box over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's let me get back to the comments here.
I know I'm trying to watch too. Alaska, Hawaiian. So yeah, there is still free one bag, Linda, with Southwest, but I was hoping for the two. So now I got to fork out that $45. Freezing.
So have you been doing a lot of research? I know you have. You've been doing a lot of research on new restaurants and happy hours and places to save money and all that. You haven't been?
Not really. No, I've been.
Really? I thought. Oh my goodness! I thought you had. I thought you'd been poured over it.
No, because I'll figure it out when I get there. You know how fast that stuff changes, but I mean, I've got my regulars. I know I'm going to be at that farmer's market, the Hyatt Regency. It's not huge. Don't get me wrong, guys, but there's a few vendors that sell food there, prepared food.
That's exactly what you want. Yeah.
That I will get, just like I've done here in the Sacramento area, where once you start going regularly, I'm hoping that they, break me off a nice little deal that I show up every week and I get the certain fruits or whatever. And then, if you're a regular and if you're bringing clientele too. So that'll be my job to let you all know, to make sure that they know that you went there because of me. So, I'll be showing that. How often will you go?
They're already wanting you timing you coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. Just visiting my oldest daughter and 3 grandkids, and my daughter and I were talking about it. And I said, well, I'm going to be back for all the graduations because my grandson just started high school. And she's like, that's 4 years from now, Mom. So I do. I mean, I've got 5 grandkids that I'm definitely not going to miss their graduations. And, I don't know. It'll depend on how much my family visits me too, because that's another thing. I can't wait to share and explore and do Hawaii with my family and friends. Right. Yeah. So my grandkids are going to be coming over one at a time.
That'll get old real quick. Trust me.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
no, that's you.
Right.
Pay them.
Yes. All right. So let's look at how often we'll be going back to California, scouting the new restaurants to be your best place. What do you do for work? You telecommute, right?
I am an account manager for VSP, Vision Service Plan, Vision Insurance. Probably a lot of you probably have it through your employers. So I'm an account manager, and all my clientele is based in the Chicago, Illinois area. Yep, I hope so, Michelle. That's what I've kind of promised them, that I want them each to come over for like a week and just build a week vacation with grandma, doing whatever they like, whatever it is each of them loves to do. And, by then, hopefully
they'll catch the bug too. They'll catch that Hawaii bug. I mean, that's actually one of the fun things about Hawaii, to be honest. I know I joke about it, right? But showing people showing it in a way that, and things that they didn't even know that were here. Everybody knows there's Diamond Head and Dole Plantation, North Shore, but the little ins and outs of places, just where you can have like little experiences. Even if you've been over here several times, there's so many things that you can find that you didn't know were here. Just wonderful. I like it. Very nice. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, what do you think? It wasn't so tough, was it?
No, I didn't think these guys would be tough. I feel bad because I feel like I missed a bunch of questions that they might be asking. Well, if you guys did have a question, pop it up right now. If you've got
that's what I was going to say. So let's go to the questions.
Michelle, you've lost your mind. Daily vlog. Used to have VSP before retirement. You might have taken us. Maybe. Let's see. Great idea. Let's see. I'm reminding you of so much. What does that mean, Linda? Reminding you of things there, you mean? Thank you, Nancy. I don't know I can't get this to, oh, here we go. Let's try and scroll this up. I think we missed a bunch.
Yeah, you could scroll it up. And I'm just highlighting some of the new.
I know I missed a lot that I wanted to talk about and tell you guys all about too. So.
Well, what I want to do too, Wendy, is when you get here, like the first week, I mean, I really do want to do, if you're available, if you could do it, I'd love to do it like a on the beach kind of a interview, just because I want to get it fresh in your mind. Like, oh my gosh, I lost this, or this happened, or this is such a great thing that happened. This is wonderful. Look at this great deal, so we can have like a series, and then maybe a month or two down the road, get a follow-up, because I know how neurotic you are about things. It's going to be hilarious. But I think what you're here for like a month, you're going to fit right in, just like you do with all of your long stays. I mean, you stayed a month here not long ago, right?
That was in November of last year.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
It was in November when we did the hike to Kahala.
Oh, yes. And should we announce our second annual Kahala hike? So Wendy and I are going to do the second annual hike to Kahala from Waikiki on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, Michelle just asked a question. Oh, no, I didn't need to be. Well, I think the interviewing part, Michelle, comes with showing the property. That's why a lot of places in the ads will say that you can't even apply for them without seeing the property in person. And I think it's more about them wanting to see you as a renter.
Right.
Did I consider? No, I didn't consider any other islands, Janet, just because I'm single and I need more action than some of the. I love my first island that I fell in love with was Maui, and I've got to get back there. But
and there's $29 for Kamaina flyover fees. How about that?
Yep.
Yeah. How about that? And you know what, you guys, as shocking as it may seem, she would not put me as a reference on her rental agreement, like a rental application. I don't know why that is.
You would have sabotaged me. We all know that.
Well, describe sabotage.
Allison, my medical insurance is Kaiser. So I guess, but there's still a difference between Kaiser, California and Kaiser, Hawaii, which I did not know. So that's through my work.
I think one of the main questions is going to be, are you going to get a real phone?
Oh, that part. Yeah, I do have. Well, we're almost out of storage again. I don't know. We'll talk about that when I get there, but it's almost maxed out again. I don't know what, so Mama just got tears. Why, Mom? What'd you say what did he say, Mom?
What do you mean? What did I say? I didn't say anything.
I think it was probably your fault. Why? Was she? I just saw somebody talk. Oh, Bethany said my flyover was $80. I think you're talking about like an inner island flight, but right now they're offering $29 inner island flights. I think it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I want to say it's Hawaiian. I'm almost sure.
Well, you'll get as you get your driver's license over here, your first Hawaiian driver's license and all that. You'll be a Kamaina, and you'll be able to get. They have some really good staycation deals. Like Alohilani has $99 a night stayovers, for Kamaina, 3 days, third day free when you stay 2. Yeah,
I am not going to be paying to stay in a hotel in Waikiki. You've lost your mind.
Oh, well.
What would be the
difference?
After you. What am I going to get? Because the complex, I guess is what I would call it, the building that I'll be in has a very nice like pool area and whatnot. So, I mean, there probably wouldn't be much that I would, if I did a staycation, it would be in the state, but to another island.
Yeah, maybe
that would be my kind of staycation.
Yeah. But they also have Kamainas over there. I'm not as familiar with them. I don't see them offered as much as they do over here.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Cheryl.
All right. Any last questions for Wendy? I told her I was only going to keep her an hour. So there's Mara number 5. She's halfway in the shun room, so don't pay a lot of attention. Let's see if she has a good question.
When will I visit?
That will come.
I did tell them when I left the last time, I said, I'm not coming back. I said, I have my new home now. And they were like, really? They were all excited for me. I said, yes, I will. I'll stop back in to say hi to you guys because they've got a bunch of young kids that are so sweet at the desk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Waikiki Wendy Silva video of your new place. Oh, I will. I mean, if there's nothing exciting about it, as my mom said when I sent her pictures, she said it could use a woman's touch. And I agree. Yeah. So when your family visits, have them get. Oh, that's true. Come on, rates. Yep. I can't wait for that discount. That I'm excited about. I do. I rent, Judy. I rent here in Sacramento. So I've already given notice and I'll be out by the end of the month. That's why I'm stressing. We're the 11th? I've got, 19 days. And then just so you're all, I fly out the next morning at 6:45. I'll be there bright and early for you, Tony, on the 1st.
I'm on the 1st of October.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm gone that week.
Shall I make dinner reservations now for a Let's Eat?
For an apology dinner at Capitol Grill. Yeah, you could do that.
Let's see.
All right. Any last questions for her, guys, so we can wrap this up for her?
Thank you for all the well wishes. You guys are super sweet. I'm surprised there was.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be very fun in the beginning. We'll see what happens in the future past that.
Oh, and I'll be
all right,
there.
Guys.
So for some of the meetups, I see Linda saying the happy hour in October. I think that's one of the meetups or something. I'll be doing as many meetups as I can. Those are fun. It's really great to meet everybody, and I've done that, over these years of coming out. It makes it just that much more special, when you guys come out and when I'm there at the same time, like meeting Cheryl. It was really cool. So thank you for all the well wishes, everybody, as well. Yes, I'm stressed now, but I know I'll get there. I got this. It's about to happen.
Yeah, she does. You've done a great job, Wendy. You really have. And I mean, from the time you actually said, you know what, I'm really going to do this. I'm going to do it. And then actually pulling the trigger and then taking every step you took to get to where you are now. There's a lot of off ramps on that highway, man. I mean, you could just say, you know what, it's not the right time. It's not the right place or whatever. So I did
bring a few props. I wanted to just show you guys really quick. So,
and while I may not be happy that you're moving over, I'm happy that you did it for yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got excited.
That's okay. No. Show me. I just want to finish it. Let's see your props.
So if you all remember the stream where I got Tony to purchase the coconut bowl, acai bowls at Sunrise Shack. Some of you, this isn't the one with the printed name on it. Tony, do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Are expensive. They're normally like $30, and that day it was like a $20 special. So they're from Sunrise Shack. So I brought one of these back this last time because I found out you get a discount on the acai bowls. Discount that part.
I got to go.
So I have 2 of them
so you
now.
got 2.
We'll be making the suitcases because, they're my bowls right now because I took all my pops.
They're going to be the only bowls you have in this new place.
Yes, pretty much. So, and then I'll always have one for a friend to be able to get, another discount on a bowl, on an acai bowl.
That's awesome. I think that's just one of many that we're going to see from your new discoveries and restaurants and happy hours and things like that. Yes. All right, guys. Wendy, thank you very much. I know this was not easy for you. I appreciate you making time, especially this late in your moving and planning and process and all that. I really do appreciate it. Guys, let's give her some thumbs up and happies and alohas and waves and all that stuff. I do appreciate it, Wendy. And I will see you on the 18th of October.
I'll be at a concert on the 18th, but okay.
You'll be where?
At a concert at Bishop Museum. That was the original trip that I was coming out for.
Right. And you're not going to be here for Fiji this weekend, which I am going to try and live stream. I'm going to try and live stream that for you guys this weekend. Fiji is a tribute concert. I'm going to try and live stream it. It's Sunday or Saturday?
It's Saturday, and they are expecting 25,000 people to attend this in and around Queen Kapiolani Park and Waikiki Shell. And I think the Shell only holds like 8,000 or 9,000 people.
And not even that much, And they're going to have that big jumbotron on the lawn. So I'm going to do my best. That's almost as many people that attend the Lantern Festival. I mean, not exactly. There's going to be a lot. But
They're
I'm
shutting
gonna shoot it.
down. It's gonna be crazy. So you be careful.
Yeah.
But yes, get what you can for us. And thank you all for the best wishes. I can't wait to see you again when I'll be on the island.
Okay, guys, let's have it. 4 L's. Hope you laugh, learn, love, like the stream. And one more for Lucille right here, who's snorting right away. Thank you very much, Wendy. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.